unofficial Universal Orlando podcast is a member of the Mice Chat Podcast Network. MicePod.com. Now, discover the universe, one theme park at a time.
Greetings, Universal fans. It's time for another unofficial Universal Orlando podcast, bringing you all the news from the Universal Orlando Resort and Universal Studios Hollywood, Singapore, and Japan.
Hey everybody, and welcome to episode 111 of the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast, brought to you in association with MiceChat.com and sponsored by Fairy Godmother Travel and the Producers Club. Joining me today, I have Tracy.
Hello.
And I've got Lee.
I've been trying to think of an intro all day long and I still haven't come up with one.
You've been trying to think of an intro for 3 years.
Your intro,
no, but I've really been trying to think today and I couldn't. So, all right.
Okay, and we have a special guest, a big fan of Universal, and happens to be my girlfriend, Nina Thompson. How you doing?
Hey, everybody.
Hello, Nina.
Hi, Nina.
Hi.
Dad, Kermit the Frog came out there. Do you know what happened?
Either.
Right.
Yes, Hunter's
Okay.
I'll
not
lift
here.
the wine.
We won't say why. You might not accept him back. All I'll say is, Oswald is really...
I thought he rocked him.
All right, we're going to begin with a listener butterbeer preference, and this one comes from the Popcorn Doctor.
Hello, this is the Popcorn Doctor, recording live from Universal Orlando Resort. I'll actually get to my exact location in just a minute, but I decided to record this to let you know what my butterbeer preference is. Now, I do like both versions. I think that the regular liquid version has a more robust flavor to it, while the frozen butterbeer has a very nice cold texture to it that's very nice on a hot day. So I like both of them just fine, but if I had to make my preference, I would have to say that frozen butterbeer probably wins it out for me. But more so than that, right now I am recording this from my favorite location to enjoy my butterbeer, which is the outdoor seating patio area of the Jurassic Park Discovery Center. Now, it's a bit of a walk to purchase my frozen butterbeer from the Three Broomsticks in the Wizarding World and walk it all the way here to the Discovery Center in Jurassic Park. But this spot is definitely worth it. It's quiet, it's away from the riffraff and the noise of the park. It's pretty rarely visited. In fact, as a tip to anyone, if you need to find a nice quiet spot in Islands of Adventure, most of the area surrounding the lake is actually not that crowded. So I'd recommend go ahead and find yourself a nice spot there if you need to cool down if you need to. What I particularly enjoy about this spot at the Discovery Center, or really any lakeside view of the park, is that you get a nice panoramic shot of all the major landmarks from each island. So you can see the Hulk roller coaster from Marvel Superhero Island, Me Ship Olive Oil from Toon Lagoon, Discovery Center in Jurassic Park, of course Hogwarts Castle in the distance of Wizarding World, and Mythos of Lost Continent, as well as Sneech Beach and the Seuss Trolley of Seuss Landing. So I'm going to enjoy the rest of my frozen butterbeer here in the nice shade of the Jurassic Park Discovery Center at this gorgeous view of Islands of Adventure. Recording live from Universal Orlando Resort, this is the Popcorn Doctor saying, talk to you next time.
And that's all we've got time for this show, folks.
He was just trying to elaborate much. Andy's wasn't much less than that. That is a cool area, though, outside the back of there.
Mm.
Yeah, it is. It's a really nice area to hang out. And we are getting low on messages, so if you want to be a part of this segment, all you have to do is...
Record us a message letting us know who you are, where you're from, and whether you prefer frozen or regular butterbeer, and email them to us at podcast@uuopodcast.com.
Or you can go to speakpipe.com/UUO podcast and leave us your message there.
Yep, and now it's time for the news.
We've had some problems with FeedBurner recently, which caused some people's iTunes to not update or their podcast apps. And these problems have all been sorted, so if you're listening to this, you might have missed out on days 7, 8, 9 and 10 of our Dead Man's Digest look back through Halloween Horror Nights, the history of it, as well as episode 109.
I had a nightmare that weekend trying to sort all that. I was rather stressed.
Yes.
But it is all sorted. I will give a big shout out to Rob Walsh over at Libsyn. Thank you very much.
Yes.
Yes.
So yes, our Halloween Horror Nights history has gone down very well. I've had even non-theme park fans come and tell me they're really enjoying it, which seems weird.
Oh, hey, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's really good.
Well, yeah, and Lee gets all the credit for that, for coming up with that great idea.
I've been wanting to do it for years, actually.
Well, speaking of, Halloween Horror Nights officially began on September 19th, and Nina and I were there for the media event, yeah? We were going to visit again, but we thought it was going to rain, so we didn't. If you're interested in hearing our thoughts, check out the Dead Man's Digest, Halloween Horror Nights Orlando review in our episode feed.
And going on with the news, Universal Orlando Resort finally announces new theme park ticket offers for active duty and retired members of the military, which is fantastic because they actually didn't really have something set up for the military. And as a member of the military, I figured, like, in the end, just get an annual pass would be best. But this is a really great opportunity that they're offering for people. Active duty and retired military personnel can also upgrade with a stay at Universal's Cabana Bay Beach Resort with a discounted vacation package. Military personnel can now purchase a one-day park-to-park ticket and receive 2 complimentary days to experience the extraordinary thrills and heartwarming moments that can be only found at Universal. Plus, they can also upgrade with 3-night stay at the brand new Universal's Cabana Bay Beach Resort with a discounted vacation package. These all-new military offers are available with valid ID on participating bases at ITT or Leisure Travel Service offices, which are at any base. And for additional details on these offers, you can visit www.universalorlando.com/military. That's great. That's fantastic.
It is,
really good.
Without a doubt.
I like to see stuff like that.
I know, is it SeaWorld generally do a lot of stuff for the military, don't they?
Yeah, Busch Gardens as well. You get 1 free ticket every year. So
Excellent.
Like, as soon as the new year, I'm
that,
ready.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's awesome.
Awesome. And I think I've got the last one, which is a sad note. Not for us, because I'm not bothered, but Universal announced on their Facebook page last Saturday that after 15 years of highly successful operation, that's debatable, and as part of their ongoing commitment to bring new experiences to Universal City Walk, the NASCAR Sports Grill will close its doors on November 1st.
Yay!
I know one person that will be very sad. Mr. Derek Bergen will be gutted because he's been championing the NASCAR Grill for as long as he's been podcasting.
So
I think I've seen a couple of updates from him recently where he was going over and over again. So
it's all Derek's fault. He wasn't visiting enough.
No, it's everybody else. And they said, we are creating a great concept for this space to join all the other exciting new venues we've been opening at City Walk, and we'll announce it soon. So meanwhile, as they said, the NASCAR Sports Grill will remain open for lunch and dinner through November 1st.
Yeah, it's a great location for whoever snags it because that's right on the way to the park and the way out.
That's it, yeah. You've got to walk up to it, haven't you, coming out of the studio? So it'd be interesting to see what they do.
I gotta say, I'm surprised it was that instead of NBA City to go first. I think NASCAR always looks pretty full. NBA City is like always a ghost town over there.
I mean, Tracy and I were talking about it yesterday. It seems weird how they made this big announcement last year about all the new stuff they were bringing to City Walk. Obviously, this wasn't mentioned, and it just kind of come out of the blue with no fanfare. It was just kind of, oh, by the way, we're closing NASCAR. But then saying that, they did the same with...
Maybe it's the company that have pulled out, not they've been...
Maybe.
You know.
But Universal have no rhyme and reason of announcing anything. Anyway, you just think on a random Thursday morning, it's like, oh, by the way, we're building a new hotel.
Yeah.
Isn't that how
by the way, we're shutting down one of the parks.
Isn't that how you start every Thursday?
No, it's usually Thursday night.
That's how you start Thursday night, shutting down a hotel.
No, just by announcing stuff after our show comes out.
Yeah, always.
I'm going to pass it over quickly because I've just forgot. Gregory has done us an on-location resort report, so I'll pass it over quickly to Gregory.
What's up, UUOP? This is Gregory live on location today at NASCAR Sports Grill. I'm joined with my lovely wife, Laura.
Hello.
And we're celebrating the closing of one of our least favorite eateries with drinks. Good news is the drinks are strong here, and that's definitely something we'll miss. When NASCAR Grill closes, November 1st is the last full day of operation. Coincidentally, also the last night of Halloween Horror Nights. So let's talk a bit about what's going on around the resort. It seems construction never misses a beat around here. The long-rumored King Kong Skull Island expansion is moving along at a nice pace. They're now digging down into the grounds so that they can later build up with vertical construction. They've also themed the fencing around into bamboo theming, so it kind of fits with the jungle theme. Behind construction is UR's newest hotel, Cabana Bay Beach Resort. This is one place where construction is moving at a slightly slower pace. They're building the pedestrian bridge, and it's still not finished. And we all figured it'll be open by the summer rush, and we're entering early fall, and it's still not open yet. Next door, Sapphire Falls, still very early in the construction process. Not much to note there, just a lot of land clearing. I'll definitely be interested to see if they start building the water park alongside it or after, since it's supposed to be in that area. Moving into City Walk, Cowfish remains to be opened at a later date, so I can't wait myself to try some of that famed burdushi. My mouth has been watering ever since the official announcement. I checked out the menu online, and I've just been itching to try some cowfish. Halloween Horror Nights news, or not Halloween Horror Nights news, depending on how you look at it. On a Halloween Horror Nights night, you can stay in Diagon Alley until 6. So if you have admission to Halloween Horror Nights, this makes Diagon Alley a perfect holding area. And if you don't have Halloween Horror Nights admission, you are able to stay in the area until 6 p.m., at which point you'll have to exit via the Hogwarts Express. The other night I did just this before Halloween Horror Nights, and I found it to be a really good alternative to a holding area like Finnegan's, where you just get food. This you have food, entertainment, attractions, and a lot more room to move around in while you're waiting for the park to reopen. Anyway, for the unofficial Universal Orlando podcast, this has been On Location.
So, what do you think it'll be? Any ideas of what?
Starbucks.
Because it doesn't say restaurant, it just
One giant
says...
Starbucks.
Starbucks.
It just says a great concept.
Starbucks.
It won't be Starbucks. There's already one in Sydney.
I was thinking that they need to build something like a Dave & Buster's, where, because City Walk, when the parks are closed, having a place where you can take your kids and like spend money and just have somewhere for them to like run rampant. I don't know. I think something like a Dave & Buster's, I think would fit great there.
And for those of you that don't know what Dave & Buster's are, like probably Lee and Tracy.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, this one isn't the one on iDrive, isn't it? That used to be Race Rock.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes. And you had heard of it. Well, I've got news for you. I've actually bought that property. And I'm opening my all-English tea shop.
Yes.
You can still elaborate, Darren, because I'll be honest.
Fans there.
I'm not sure what it actually is. It's like a game. Is it like Player One?
I don't know what that is.
Yeah, but it's just it'll be like a.
It's like an arcade. You can get
exactly.
You can pay for games individually. You can buy a wristband and play all day, kind of thing.
But they also have an area with like a bar with pool tables. But it's a great family place. I think it would fit great because there's not really many child-friendly areas in City Walk. I don't know.
That would be a good fit.
Actually, if you look at the way things are going with the cinema and the mini golf and stuff, they're wanting to add more
to keep people on site.
Stuff. Yeah, I think that would be a great idea. Yeah. Just serve some bar snacks and stuff in there. I think, like you say, it catches those people coming out of the parks.
Yeah, definitely.
Or those who just want to come and spend time on City Walk. Don't because of the kids.
Yeah.
Although I would say leave your kids at home anyway. But...
Gives us some more speculation to follow over the next however long.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
And if there's no other news there, we'll go ahead and move on to the rumor mill.
Our rumor man's not here. Right.
Yeah.
Has anybody got any rumors?
I've been very busy with the newsletter, so I haven't even had a chance to look, I'm afraid.
Anybody?
No.
I think it was it David Wilson posted on the Facebook page last week, and he said he was talking to one of the guys who was working on Cowfish. And funnily enough, speaking of the 1st of November, the guy told him that they were hoping to have it open by the 1st of November, if not a couple of weeks before.
Yeah.
I hope so.
That's not
I
September.
can't wait to go.
No. It's weird how this is the last thing to open by. Well, what was the last one to open? Vivo?
Vivo.
Is that the last one? That was...
Oh,
It's a
no,
while ago.
Redbox.
Yeah, it was Redbox.
Redbox.
How long ago was that now?
Over a month. Month and a half? 2 months? 2 months?
It's ready for a
It's
refurb
been
then,
a
isn't it?
while.
Yeah. And I don't think it'll be a few weeks before. I don't think Cowfish will be open in a few weeks before November 1st because that'd be like now.
You're
Yeah,
right.
it still
When this
kind of
comes
looks
out.
like
Yeah.
it
No, you've
still
got a couple of
has
weeks,
some
haven't we?
major construction.
At the
Yeah.
end of September.
It doesn't look like it'll be ready yet.
The whole front of it's off still.
Yeah.
Really?
Right.
Yeah.
How does it look at the moment, though?
Like a shell of a restaurant that's going to be there eventually.
And barriers, there's a lot of just like walls put up, so you can't really get a good look. They still have a ways to go, honestly.
I wonder if they had some sort of issues.
It seems strange, doesn't it, how it's took so long? You know, when they announced it so long ago that it's still... I mean, I know they obviously... It's above Vivo, isn't it?
Yeah, it's above Vivo.
Yeah.
Well, it's above Vivo and... What's there on the corner? There's something else. Like
Not Red Oven.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like above both of those.
Yeah.
So I suppose
Okay.
you'd have to get them open and sorted before you start really going into that, wouldn't you, I suppose?
Yeah. True.
And the only other rumour I've heard recently was Halloween Horror Nights ones. Only brief ones about next year, but there are rumblings that we will see the return of an icon or icons for next year.
I did hear
Yes.
that.
Actually,
Maybe you
I've
told
heard a
me.
little bit about that as well. I heard that we might have a big chunk of the icons for the 25th anniversary. Like having it be a big 25th anniversary year, and having the icons featured with their own houses. That's just a rumor, but I heard that.
I've also heard that they are going to be having some very special guests.
Us!
Us!
Yay! The best.
We'll be the icons.
We've been watching all the this videos and stuff from around Horror Nights this year with Jade just to try and get her prepared, and it's like I'm still not quite sure how she's going to react.
I don't think she's the one to worry about.
No, I think actually I don't
I think it's Raymond.
This is probably more for the Dead Man's Digest, but I'm going to bring it up here as well. When you two went to Halloween Horror Nights, did you see the live sacrifice in the Bay of
yes.
Blood?
No, we didn't.
It was raining.
It was
so
raining
they didn't
so
have
bad.
anything
That's-
going on the stage.
Stops him doing sacrifices?
Have you seen video of it?
No.
Right. Apparently, they've stopped doing it due to guest complaints.
Mm-hmm. It's been suspended.
Oh my god.
I know.
So we watched Inside the Magic's video of it yesterday.
Mm-hmm. Well,
I thought it was pretty elaborate and pretty cool.
it was
but
really well done.
Yay, Laura Wallace.
Yeah. And do you know what? If people have complained because it was too realistic or too gory, seriously, did they actually go to real sacrifices or something? Or
I don't understand. It's like it's in the title, horror. It's Halloween Horror Nights. It's not
Yeah.
Halloween Fairy Dust and Pixie.
farts?
not so scary Halloween party.
Yeah, I don't. It wasn't. It wasn't over the top.
I wonder
by
if
any
it's
means.
the voodoo side of it. I wonder if it's a religious thing.
Halloween again. It's in the
Well,
title.
no,
It's a pagan festival.
I know. But people are weird. People will complain for complaining's sake.
everything.
Yes.
Mhm.
I know. I'm a professional complainer.
It will
Yeah,
be
they-
interesting.
Don't you
Okay.
agree?
It's bad. The censorship is bad this year. They've got like one of the just bringing it up real quick because we're talking about this. One of the Purge scare actors is from the movie. He's got a mask on that has God on it in the movie written across the forehead.
Right.
It says dog at Universal Studios because they can't even put God on.
Well,
the
maybe
Yeah.
the person who wrote it is dyslexic. No, no, it's you can see it.
It's
Do you know-
ridiculous.
I suppose it's one of those things, though. It's better just to slightly alter it, and then you're not going to get any backlash.
I don't think so because if I want to get my picture taken with the guy from the movie, I
This
want him
is
to look
true,
like the guy
yes.
from the movie.
Exactly.
So-
Unless,
Yeah.
like, it, you know, it's Halloween Horror Night. You don't go in expecting it to be.
No, I wanted to go in. I want my pants scaring off. Oh, as Jesse mentioned, I want my shoe scaring off. I don't want, to be slightly traumatized. I would be rocking in the corner.
It concerns me when stuff like this happens, like with the Bill and Ted show last year getting censored at Hollywood and them pulling that down, and the same with the sacrifices. How long before it becomes that really watered down event? It's just...
Some may argue that it's already becoming that.
It probably is to a certain extent, but, you know, even more, you know, they've tried to push the boundaries a little bit with the sacrifice and stuff this year, and they've had backlash from it. So it put them in the mindset where it's like, do you know what, let's not even try.
That's also Universal just going with the lowest denominator there. Like, a couple of people will complain about it, and they're quick to pull things like that. They have been in the past, so it's when you got to think how many people are going and how many people actually complained. It was probably a pretty small number because people tend not to complain about anything anyway. So it's just the outspoken few.
No, spoil it, because it did look absolutely awesome.
It did.
She
It was cool.
Priestess, was it Mamba?
I don't know.
She is amazing.
I like we were talking about while we watched it, because I like the idea that the scare zone's not just an area you walk through, that it does actually have a show element to it now as well, so something worth staying around for rather than running through, crapping yourself.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool.
All right. Well, okay, we'll take a quick break here to hear from our sponsor, and then we'll be back on location with Gregory and Maureen.
Diagon Alley is now open at Universal Studios Florida, and we know all you witches and wizards can't wait to visit. So let our friends at Fairy Godmother Travel deal with the muggles in resort reservations. They are a Universal Parks and Resorts specialist, as well as an authorised Disney vacation planner, and their service is free to you. From the new Cabana Bay Hotel to those other hotels run by a mouse, Fairy Godmother Travel can book all your Orlando vacation needs. And make sure to let them know you heard about them because of UUOP. Because every UUOP referral helps us continue to bring you the best Universal coverage. Contact them today by phone at 832-284-4002 or toll free on 888-939-642539 or go to fairygodmothertravel.com. Let Fairy Godmother Travel make your next vacation magical.
We now return you to your regularly scheduled programming.
What's up, everybody? This is Gregory, today on location inside the Discovery Center, and I have a special guest with us. Her name is Maureen, and maybe she'd like to introduce herself as something you'd know her a little better as.
I'm Maureen Deal, and I'm website owner of autismattheparks.com, and I love coming to all the Central Florida theme parks, especially Universal.
I have little knowledge of autism except what I've learned as a former Universal team member. Some people with autism do enjoy the theme parks because it's an environment that allows for the establishment of routines. You can correct me if I'm wrong on any of this, of course. So can you go into a little more depth than that little brief kind of description?
Yes. One of the nice things about the theme parks is they are predictable as to where the location of the attractions are and what to expect when you're on the attraction. My son, when he comes, he always has a routine, what he likes to do first, what his next choice is, and what attraction.
All right, so how long have you been visiting the Orlando parks and Universal in particular?
For Universal, we've been going since 2010. We moved to Central Florida in 2007, and I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, and one of the biggest incentive for us to start coming to Universal was the new Harry Potter section, Hogsmeade. But I've since then grown to enjoy all of the park, not just the Harry Potter section. And my son is a big roller coaster junkie, so he loves the more the thrill, the better. And so we come here a lot. His favorite attractions here are Mummy and Rip Ride Rocket.
So at what point did you decide to put your effort into becoming a resource for families traveling with autism?
Well, one of the things that I noticed, there's a lot of articles and blogs how to navigate the theme parks with family members with autism, but there was not one source where you could find all the information. And so what I wanted to do, my brother helped me come up with this idea, is like, do what you know. And we were at the theme parks at least 3 weekends a month. So we're always at Disney or Universal or SeaWorld, and so I thought, okay, well, what did I need to know when we used to vacation here, and what are the information that is unique to our needs. And so what I did on the website is I not only have tips and insights. I also have a certain section on the disability passes for each park and what the requirements are and how to use them. I also have a section on the website that describes each attraction and the sensory input that you might experience, because some of our kids might be overly sensitive to loud noises or sudden noises or fog or sudden plunging into the dark. And so I try to describe that on our website for each attraction at Universal and Disney and SeaWorld. And also one of the other aspects that I did a lot of research on were the restrooms, because a lot of times our kids are sensitive to like the auto flush toilets, and I did research, okay, which ones have that, which locations have a companion restroom. Our son is now 20, so if I'm here with him, he still might need assistance in the restroom, and the companion restroom is real important for both of us, and but I've gotten a lot of compliments and feedback on how helpful the resource has been, and I just am glad that I can help somebody.
So before you mentioned that there kind of was information, but you really had to search for it.
Yes.
So what were the kinds of places you were going to get this information before you kind of pulled it together?
Well, I would search autism in Disney or autism in Universal, and what would pop up. A lot of times there's some great articles out there. I know when we vacationed here, we used touring plans. Their plans, they have a section in their book even on taking a child with a disability to Disney, so that really helped us. There's a lot of different a lot of the theme park guides will have an article or two about taking a family member with a disability to the park. So it was a lot of research, and also just finding other parents out there, their input. There are groups on Facebook. There are a lot of groups on Facebook now taking your family member to the parks with disability.
I was going to ask, what your son's favorite attractions were, but you already mentioned that in your intro. But I also have, what are your favorite attractions? Because you're enjoying these parks as well.
My favorite, I would have to say, it would be Wizarding World of Harry Potter. Just the whole atmosphere, just the immersion. Like the Hogsmeade is fantastic when you first walk in. Even, I've been going since they opened, and it still just takes my breath away. I'm like, wow, look at the buildings. They're just like you envision them in reading the books. And now with Diagon Alley, I'm just like, oh my gosh, I can't get over it. And as far as the attraction itself or the ride, it's hard to choose what I like best. I really enjoy Forbidden Journey. I'm not a roller coaster fan, but I did ride the Hulk on my birthday for the one and only time ever, just because it was my birthday. But I like everything. I would say if I had to choose, I would say I like Gringotts. It's unique and it's different. Probably my favorite is Transformers.
Awesome.
It's just a thrilling ride to me.
So we talked a little bit about knowing what to expect, experiences and routines. Do you find any trouble traveling during special events like maybe Mardi Gras where those routines change?
Sometimes. Now, my son is a big parade fan, and he just loves live shows and parades, and he's very obvious in his delight, especially when he's 6'1" and he's jumping up and down and screaming and yelling and so happy, being happy to enjoy it. And so the cast members and the team members are just astronomically wonderful to him, and they give him a little extra attention. And the routine, the Mardi Gras, is a lot of fun. He loves to catch the beads at the parade. We don't usually attend the parks after dark. It's just because of our normal routine. Our son usually has his bath at 8 and in bed at 9. So when we do stay for a Mardi Gras parade, it is late at night, and so it does throw him off some, but he has so much fun. It's great.
All right, so can you walk us through a day at Universal for your family, from arriving to entering the parks to that pass and so on?
Sure. When we get to the parks, let's say we're going to Universal Studios. We'll go in, and then we'll go to Guest Relations, which is on the right-hand side, and we'll renew our AAP, which is an Attraction Assistance Pass, and that pass enables us as a family. There's 3 members in our family, so we'll go to an attraction, and if the wait time is 30 minutes or less, they'll direct us to enter through the Express Pass line or the alternate entrance. If the wait time is 30 minutes or more, they'll write down the name of the attraction and what time to come back to the attraction. This reduces the amount of waiting in the line that my son will have to do, which he can generally tolerate 15 to 20 minutes. And after that point, then we'll see a breakdown in behaviors, and it can get ugly. So we try to, we try not to come on the most crowded days because it less opportunity to see the attractions because the wait times are longer. But we'll come in and do that, and then we'll ask Zach, what do you want to do next? And generally at Universal Studios, it's Rip Ride Rocket. That's the first thing he chose. But the last time we came, he immediately pointed on the map to Diagon Alley, and he had only been there one time the night before it opened. We had gone through soft openings to it, but he enjoyed it so much. He asked to do that first the last time we were here. So we're like, okay, we'll go to Diagon Alley. So, and generally we'll do that, and we'll do shows and the rides and attractions. He likes to repeat the rides like Rip Ride Rocket. If we're here a good one long day, he'll ride it 4 or 5 times. He just loves that ride, and Mummy also about 3 or 4 times. And generally we'll bring our own snacks and lunch to eat just for economy reason, and because he's particular in what he eats. And so we'll take a break like in a covered area and have a nice picnic lunch or whatever, and then proceed to the next fun attraction.
Because a lot more people are visiting Universal now, because of the investment in the parks, and especially the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, a lot of people that had previously traveled to Disney are now coming to Universal. Can you talk a little bit about the difference in that accommodation pass? It has different names for different parks, but can you talk a little bit about the difference that a family that might know how Disney works versus how Universal works?
Okay. Sure, be glad to. At Disney, it's called a DAS, D-A-S, Disability Access Service Card, and that was changed in last October. So from October, about the 9th of October onward, it's the DAS, and you go to an attraction. You get the DAS at Guest Relations, just like you would the AAP here at Universal, and you explain your situation and why your family member needs accommodation, and then the DAS at Disney has a photo of your family member on it. The AAP at Universal does not. Then at Disney, you present the DAS at an attraction. Let's say it's at Thunder Mountain Railroad, and they have a 45-minute posted wait time. If the wait time is less than 10 minutes or less, you can go ahead and get in the attraction express or fast pass line. If it's more than 10 minutes, then they'll give you a time to return to get into the alternate entrance or fast pass line. So if the posted wait time is 45 minutes, the cast member will write come back in 35 minutes. And then you can go into the attraction. At both Universal and Disney, you can only have one return time written on the pass at a time. So you can't go around to each of your rides and get return times. SeaWorld allows you to have more than one return time on their card. At Disney, for comparison's sake, you can make those FastPass Plus reservations, but you're limited to 3 before you get there. And after you've done your 3, you can get more after that, one at a time. The nice thing about Universal is if you have the Express Pass, you can use it almost everywhere for your family, especially for a family member who has low weight tolerance. This really comes in handy. And so you could use your Express Pass at Universal and then the Attraction Assistance Pass on those attractions that don't take the Express Pass, for example, Forbidden Journey and Escape from Gringotts and Pteranodon Flyers and the Ollivander's Wand Experience. So you could still use the Attraction Assistance Pass for that in addition to your Express Pass. At Disney, you're somewhat more limited in what you can choose. Other than that, the team members at Universal and the cast members at Disney have always been very nice and accommodating to us. We've run into a few issues asking for extra accommodation at Disney, but once we explained our situation, we've usually been accommodated. It can be a little bit stressful for families who are not necessarily clear on what their needs are for their family members. At guest relations, you have to be very clear on what your family member needs, not a diagnosis, but what your accommodation your family member needs or their situation. For example, you don't say my child has autism, you should say my child has difficulty waiting in lines for long periods of time, they can't tolerate the heat of standing outside in a line, things like that. So just be more specific at Disney is one of our highest recommendations.
So I'm going to make you kind of Universal president for a day. If you could improve anything about the way Universal's program works, what would you do and maybe why?
The thing I would recommend would be that you could have more than one attraction listed on the Attraction Assistance Pass at a time. That would be the thing I would adjust. I understand it's a big debate in the non-disabled world versus the world of people who have family members with disabilities. The understanding the concept that our kids like mine, it's not just because they haven't been taught how to wait. Right. It goes beyond that. And so if like for example, for us, if we could go in, if we just had the Attraction Assistance Pass and could go into Universal and get a return time for Rip Rod Rocket and Mummy and Transformers on the card at the same time, that would eliminate the process of waiting too long.
Especially on those rides that have longer waits.
Exactly. Like Escape from Gringotts. So once we got our return time on Escape from Gringotts, that was 2.5 hours later, we couldn't get anything else written on that Attraction Assistance Pass. We had to choose attractions that had 30 minutes or less wait time, or the shows, or have lunch. So you have to accommodate like that. Now, one thing that Universal does provide in very rare situations, and it's not a common thing that they do provide, is called a Guest Assistance Pass, a GAP, and that works like the Express Passes, but it doesn't cost any money. And it's very rare that they give them to a family, but it would be an issue of you've repeatedly tried to work with the Attraction Assistance Pass and it's just not working, and you go back and explain in guest relations and maybe even talk to supervisors at guest relations and explain this is just not enough accommodation for our family, and they might issue a gap, which works like the Express Pass for that family.
All right, so did you have any closing thoughts or remarks that you'd like to, tell the audience?
I appreciate you interviewing me. I hope I was informative. The one thing that we stress for our son is that he's having fun. And, we don't want to say, okay, we have to be here at this time and then we have to be here at this time. If he's having a fun time watching the parade and interacting with the characters after the parade, that's great. We'll go to the next attraction when we get there, kind of thing. And that's one of the nice things about the attraction assistance pass is that if your return time's at 2:00 and you get there at 2:30, it's okay. You're not penalized for getting there too late. But I love the parks. My son loves the parks. Our whole family does, and hopefully we can, help make it easier for those families that are planning to vacation here.
I think that's an excellent point. I think we can all learn from that. Just if you're having fun, there's no need to worry about the rest. Just enjoy your time in the parks. Here at Unofficial Universal Orlando Podcast, we always close with a very simple question. What's your favorite type of butterbeer?
The warm butterbeer that they served over the Harry Potter weekend. That was my favorite. And then Frozen comes after that.
All right, so we'll put you down for Team Frozen, but hot butterbeer, if you can get your hands on it, it is excellent. I enjoyed it myself as well. All right, for the Unofficial Universal Orlando Podcast, this has been Gregory on location.
Okay, well, that will bring us to the end of episode 111. Thanks, Maureen, for sitting down with Gregory. We hope any of you who travel with friends or family with disabilities found that interview interesting and useful. And for those who don't travel with guests with disabilities, we hope you appreciate the info. Don't forget to go and listen to the Dead Man's Digest for our review of this year's Halloween Horror Nights, and join us here again next week for another show. So for Nina, Tracy, Lee, Maureen, and Gregory, and the absent Hunter, I'm Darren, and you have been listening to the Unofficial Universal Orlando Podcast.
That does it for another Unofficial Universal Orlando Podcast. Between shows, we'd love for you to get in touch. So email us with your spews, funny schmitz, comments, questions, and news to podcast@uuopodcast.com. Keep up with what's going on every day by following us on Twitter at UUOPodcast, like our Facebook page at facebook.com/UUOPodcast, follow us on Instagram and Pinterest at UUOPodcast, subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/UUOPodcast, and don't miss a show by subscribing to us on iTunes, and please leave us a review. Not an Apple user? Then head over to uuopodcast.libsyn.com and subscribe to the feed while you're there. You can also find us on Stitcher Radio and at micepod.com. Come find us on our partner site, micechat.com, join the forums, and say hello. So thanks for listening, and remember, be adventurous.
This has been a micepod.com presentation.
MiceChat.com